According to Keller 1993, brand associations are defined as informational nodes linked to the brand nodes in memory and contain the meaning of the brand for the consumers. Simply speaking, the brand association is all about how consumers perceive a brand. As we already know, the quality of a product dictates consumers' perception toward the product. Brand associations usually represent a brand's qualities and characteristics that help create a brand identity and market reputation. In other words, the brand association assists the consumers and the targeted audience to remember the brands and recall their characteristics. Better product quality, a higher standard of customer service, word of mouth marketing are some of the examples that help a brand to create positive brand associations. The different types of brand associations making up the brand image include product-related or non-product-related attributes, functional, experiential, and symbolic benefits, and overall brand attitude. Brand attributes are descriptive features that characterize a product or service. That means brand attributes involve what a consumer thinks the product or service is or has, and what is involved with its purchase and consumption. Brand benefits are the personal value consumers attach to the product or service attribute. That is, what consumers think the product or service can do for them. Particularly, the brand benefits can be further distinguished into three categories based on underlying motivations: functional benefits, experiential benefits, and symbolic benefits. Finally, brand attitudes are consumers' overall evaluations of a brand or consumers' belief and feelings toward the brand that are closely related to the perceived quality concept that we covered previously. In terms of brand attributes can be distinguished based on how directly they relate to product or service performance. Product-related attributes are defined as the ingredients necessary for performing the product or service function sought by consumers. In other words, product-related attributes involve a product's physical composition or requirements of a service. Conversely, non-product related attributes are external aspects of the product or service that relate to its purchase or consumption. In the sport, recreation, and event industries, product-related attributes of a brand include the design of sport facility, safety and security in a sports stadium, seating comfort, parking, audio-video, visual equipment, lighting, and executive suites in a sport and recreation facility. On the other hand, non-product related attributes are the price of sport service, packaging of a sport product, name and history of a sport stadium, logo of a sport team or sport product, and symbol and image of a sport team. In brief, these attributes help consumers in developing brand associations, which in turn lead to the formulation of brand image. By building on the concept of brand associations, sport and recreation management researchers have found some unique factors that contribute to the development of sport team-specific brand associations. For instance, star players, product delivery, logo design, head coach, rivalry, concessions, and many other factors play significant roles for consumers to develop a brand image of a sport team. In other words, sport marketers should consider such factors to enhance or improve their brand image to make their fans loyal. Some other researchers found unique brand association factors in various contexts, such as for leagues and event or fitness clubs. Again, sport marketers should understand what factors contribute to the development of consumers' perceived brand image so that they can develop effective marketing and communication strategies to make their consumers more loyal to their product. Considering the popularity of top players and their influence on consumer perceptions, some researchers focus on brand association factors that are unique to individual athletes. Athletic expertise, competition style, sportsmanship, rivalry, physical attractiveness, symbol, body fitness, life story, role model, and relationship effort were found to be important elements in creating an athlete's brand image. While such factors can vary athlete to athlete, and each athlete has his or her unique characteristics, sport marketers should focus on several key factors when promoting their products under endorsement or sponsorship agreement. Brand personality is generally defined as the set of human characteristics associated with a brand, or the set of human personality traits that are both applicable and relevant for brands. Considering the unique characteristics of a brand or a product has, some researchers suggested that a product or a service can be perceived as having personality-like traits by consumers. In other words, they regarded a brand as a human being because a brand personality is something that consumers can relate based on personality congruence between the brand and consumers. In general, brand personality serves as a symbolic or self-expressive function rather than a utilitarian function. In other words, how a consumer attaches personal meaning to a brand and identifies with that brand is often more important than the consumer's evaluation of product-related attributes. Consumers are also more likely to develop psychological links with brands, which are represented through emotional meanings and messages. Accordingly, storytelling in advertisement is a very common communication strategy for companies to build their own brands. Please recall any Nike TV commercials. You may find that Nike is primarily focusing on arousing audiences' emotions, since emotions sometimes play a stronger role in sport consumer branding than intellectual stimuli. Building a brand personality is an essential tool for most marketers. It has a strong impact on consumer preference and has been strongly associated with the development of brand trust and loyalty because of the emotional connections that strong brands develop with their consumers. For marketers, brand personality can also be used as segmentation criterion and a tool for brand differentiation. Aker is one of the leading researchers who conceptualized brand personality. He suggested that brand personality can be categorized into five key categories. Sincerity is a tendency of a brand to be perceived as down to earth, honest, wholesome, and cheerful. Excitement is a tendency of a brand to be perceived as daring, spirited, imaginative, and up to date. Competence is the degree to which a brand is perceived as reliable, intelligent, and successful. Sophistication is the degree to which a brand is perceived as upper class and charming. And finally, ruggedness is a tendency of a brand to be perceived as outdoorsy and masculine. In sports, some researchers have found unique brand personality traits of three key sport products: team, event, and activity. Sport team personality traits include successful, sophisticated, sincerity, genuine, rugged, community-driven, morality, authenticity, credibility, classic, competitiveness, and prestige, while sport event personality trait consists of diligence, uninhibitedness, faith, tradition, and amusement. Finally, sport activity personality traits include excitement, competence, sophistication, ruggedness, and sincerity. Due in part to the different brand personality traits across various settings and contexts, sport marketers should consider such traits, especially when they are making sponsorship or endorsement decisions. Please keep in mind that people's personality differ from one another, and the difference can be understood by studying individual personality traits. And brands can also be associated with human-like personality traits. Given that sport teams, events, and activities have their own unique brand personalities, previous sport brand personality studies highlight the importance of understanding the link between a consumer's personality traits and the consumption context, as well as the traits of the sport, event, activity, and even athletes.